pursue an international arrest warrant for Anna Gabriel, the Catalan leader currently seeking refuge in Switzerland. Hello, and welcome to Catalan News. It's a busy day again in the Spanish courts. A leading figure of the far-left pro-independence movement was supposed to appear before the judge today, but she refused and is staying in Geneva, saying she won't get a fair trial in Spain. The Spanish prosecutor wanted the judge to issue an international arrest warrant against her, but the judge did not. Instead, he issued a national arrest warrant, meaning Anna Gabriel will be arrested if she sets foot in Spain. At least for now, though, she can remain a free woman anywhere else. Stay with us to learn more about this and also why a judge in the same court decided to imprison a rap singer. 6 Catalan political leaders are currently abroad to internationalize their case and to denounce that, in their view, Spain is no longer a fully democratic country and is persecuting political ideas. The focus was first in Brussels, where Catalan President Carles Puigdemont and 4 of his ministers are staying. And now attention is also moving towards Geneva, where a former MP of the far-left CUP party is staying. Spain could ask for all of them to be extradited, but so far is not doing so, as fears that countries would not send them back grow.
Anna Gabriel's strategy of seeking refuge in Switzerland has proved successful, at least for now. The Spanish Supreme Court decided today not to issue an international arrest warrant for the leader of the far-left CUP party. She will be arrested only if she returns to Spain, where she faces prosecution for her role in Catalonia's push for independence. Thus, the Spanish judiciary avoids a possible clash with its Swiss counterpart. A spokesperson for the Swiss government said today that the country would not accept an extradition request based on political offences, and this, he said, is what Gabriel's alleged crimes look to be.
Que se'ns està perseguint per una actuació política, estrictament política. No sabem encara exactament què se'ns retreu.
The Spanish judiciary knows well that the success of extradition orders is far from assured. The case of Catalan President Carles Puigdemont in Brussels might be the best example. The Supreme Court issued an international arrest warrant for him, only to withdraw it after it became clear that the Belgian judiciary was unwilling to facilitate a quick extradition. While the Supreme Court might have avoided turmoil abroad, it continues to come under fire at home. An array of recent court decisions have drawn severe criticism of the Spanish judiciary. The most recent is over a hip-hop artist getting a 3-year prison sentence for his lyrics. The MC, known as Valtonic, is accused of slander, defamation of the crown and glorification of terrorism. Another rapper, Pablo Hasél, also appeared in court recently for insulting the Spanish monarchy. He told the judge that his prosecution was unfair and said it showed that Spain does not respect freedom of expression.
Rap songs are not the only censored artistic expression these days in Spain. Today, even an art exhibit was removed from Madrid's International Contemporary Art Festival, Arco, for portraying political prisoners. The exhibit by artist Santiago Serra included the portraits of 4 Catalan leaders held behind bars for pursuing independence, along with 20 other political prisoners. It was to be open to the public today, but organizers decided to withdraw it before visitors could see it. This removal was deemed as a lack of respect to the intelligence of the public by the artist himself, and has caused great outcry all around Spain. While Madrid removed portraits of Catalan prisoners today, Barcelona hosted a reception for their families, in the first of such events since many of the individuals were put behind bars 4 months ago. Mayor Ada Colau received relatives of the deposed Vice President Oriol Junqueras, Home Affairs Minister Joaquim Forn, grassroots leader Jordi Cuixart, and the Junts per Catalunya MP Jordi Sánchez. She criticized their imprisonment, saying it is unacceptable and urged Spain to, at least, transfer them to Catalan jails to avoid their families having to travel for hours to visit them.
Podem no compartir idees, podem no compartir projectes polítics, podem inclús tenir idees polítiques molt diferents i discrepar moltíssim, però quan es vulneren els drets humans d'unes persones per les seves idees polítiques o d'uns col·lectius, se'ns estan vulnerant els drets i les llibertats a tothom com a societat.
The Socialist Party in Catalonia, which has in the past criticized the imprisonments, did not attend the event with the prisoners' relatives, something that some of them regretted. But in fact, not everyone in Catalonia is against the prosecution of pro-independence leaders. One of the main unionist leaders in Catalonia, Inés Arrimadas, said today that the country should stop discussing independence and move on to business. She met with one of the business associations today and in comments to the press warned that all pro-independence leaders are now backtracking from their actions.
Bueno, això és el campi qui pugui del procés, aquí està tothom renegant de tot el que han dit i han fet, no m'estranya perquè això no va enlloc i jo l'única cosa que demano és que no ens facin perdre més temps, més oportunitats.
Catalonia has been under Spain's direct rule since October 27th, when a declaration of independence prompted the Madrid government to sack the full Catalan cabinet and suspend its self-government. At the time, the measure was described as a surgical move with minimal effects. But almost 4 months later, figures show that a lot of projects are at stake because of this, and not only the pro-independence roadmap.
Culture, historical memory policies, education, and healthcare. All of these have been affected by the suspension of Catalan self-government. It's been 4 months since Madrid imposed direct rule over the country. It has not only affected the activity of the Catalan institutions, but also citizens' daily lives, and now many projects fostered by the Catalan government are at stake. The Catalan government's compensations to those imprisoned during the Spanish Civil War and during Franco's regime have been suspended. The exhumation of Civil War mass graves might have been affected as well. This goes against the historic memory laws, aiming at recovering the historical and democratic memory of past policies. Health funding has also been frozen. The Catalan health system has not received 25 million euros due to Article 155. Madrid suspended an investment of 30 million euros to hospitals aimed at improving the equipment of centers. Some other projects are on hold, such as drug treatment program in Barcelona and the construction of new health centers. Direct rule is affecting public schools. They were meant to receive funding from the Catalan administration, but the money never came. Associations working with children and young people are also encountering delays in payments. Meanwhile, more than 300 organizations working in the field of social policies did not receive the more than 4 million euros that had been allocated for them. Rajoy's executive delayed the payments. And there is more. Funding for programs aiming at improving social inclusion and integrating immigrants has also been frozen. The expansion of the Catalan police force has also been put on hold. The Catalan government planned to incorporate new officers into the body last year. Despite Madrid refusing to do so, new officers will finally be hired. Yet, it will come with a huge delay, and they will be less than expected. Citizens' access to culture has also been hindered. Some exhibitions have been suspended, and other cultural events ended up being cancelled. Yet, the most controversial measure in the cultural life has been the removal of 44 disputed artworks from the Lleida Museum, which were later transferred to Aragon. Scientific research has also felt the effects of Article 155. Researchers aiming at fighting different kinds of cancer are on hold, and Rajoy's executive refused to hire new researchers in some centers.
On Monday, Barcelona will become once again the mobile world capital. The Catalan city is hosting the biggest conference on the subject, with hundreds of thousands of visitors expected. Big firms such as Samsung, Sony, or Nokia will be presenting their new products or giving conferences. Barcelona will be full of people, and that's why some of the attendees are trying to look for alternative, and let's say it, very nice alternatives to stay in.
Not all of the attendees will be staying in Barcelona and the surrounding metropolitan area for the Mobile World Congress. Many people opt for the more tranquil option of the coastal town of Sitges, and hotels there are already 70% booked up for the Congress, yet the local hotel association is expecting nearly a full house as the event gets underway.
La previsión es acabar con unas cifras un poquito mejores. Están acabando de materializarse las últimas reservas, las últimas llegadas de clientes, y depende también un poquito de si Barcelona acaba estando completa o no.
If last year is anything to go by, Barcelona hotels will be at full capacity. Tourist apartments in the city are also already expected to be booked up for the Congress, while the platform Airbnb will have more than 45,000 attendees staying in one of its listed flats. Only 40 minutes away from the capital, Sitges is the perfect option for those who wish to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city, which is one of the reasons why people choose the town over Barcelona, according to Domínguez, with many guests choosing to hold business meetings there as well.
Sí, somos centro también del Mobile Congress y centro de reuniones del sector tecnológico en todo el mundo.
The event is at the forefront of the mobile world, showcasing the latest technologies in the sector. This year, key themes include artificial intelligence and solar-powered drones. It takes place from February 26th to March the 1st. People from over 200 different countries are expected to attend, and the estimated economic impact is expected to be €471 million.
The Mobile World Congress isn't the only reason to visit Catalonia. This is a place renowned for its food, its architecture, its art, and among the names you may already know, there are always more left to discover. And next Sunday, not one, but 2 exhibits open in a picturesque town where you can do just that.
When thinking of Catalonia, there is no shortage of painters who come to mind, like Dalí or Miró, but there are plenty more artists out there to appreciate. And if you like Impressionism, this is the year to discover Alexandre de Cabanyes. Cabanyes was born in 1877 and he lived and worked in the idyllic seaside town of Vilanova i la Geltrú, just south of Barcelona. This is also where 2 new exhibitions will focus on the artist. One, called The Perpetual Surrounding, collects portraits of his family, his friends and landscapes, and standing before paintings with so much feeling behind them is often a moving experience.
I mirant una mica les seves teles és com si retornéssim a aquelles món de sensacions que ell va projectar sobre la seva pintura.
The curator of the 2 exhibitions is also the grandson of the painter. He is additionally one of the authors of a new book coming out on his grandfather this year, defining him as the last modernist. Recently it was the painter's 140th birthday, but elevating the past doesn't mean not focusing on the future too. This is why the exhibits will center on educating new generations on how to look at art. They are, after all, the museum goers of the future. The second collection is called Capturing an Instant and will give a window onto the more seafaring side of the artist. Both displays will open on Sunday in Vilanova, running until July, featuring commented visits, family activities and even sketching workshops. Make sure to stop in for some sun, the sea and some beautiful art.
And with this, we finish today's show. We'll be back tomorrow with everything you need to know about Catalonia. But before we go, we leave you with some images of some very old documents recovered and restored in the medieval town of Besalú. Seeing them is a wonderful opportunity. Enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow.